All right. I was kind of questioned. The rumor was about you had. I don't know if it was Ron.
Oh
Vaughn
boy,
had a
here it
renter.
comes.
No, God, just give me a chance. That you had a renter that's like stripped copper out of one of your places. Is that
No,
true?
no,
Why
that's
would
not true.
why would I care about rumors? Who
I'm
gives a
just
shit about?
just want to verify.
No, it's not true.
But why is that curious? Why would I don't understand what that tickles your asshole? Oh, renters are stealing copper pipes from Vaughn's
No.
trailer. I mean,
All
that
right.
gets you up in the morning.
All right. If I come on here and I care about Vaughn and I care about his well being,
That's caring about Vaughn. What
okay, he
trolls
needs to
say
he needs to
Vaughn?
he needs to get renters in his places, right? In all of his rental places.
So why
Yeah,
don't
but
you put
that
out some phone calls
yeah,
and
but
get some decent
saying that
people's
people are
trailers then if
robbing
you
me
care about
blind ain't
Vaughn?
going to help. That's going to run all the renters off.
No, I'm saying you need to get that.
Oh, what happened?
Uh-oh. I didn't do it.
That's not me. I didn't do it.
I didn't do it. He's got internet trouble. It's like I said.
Why is everyone that's coming on our show got internet problems? I don't
I
get
don't
it.
know. Solar flares, I guess. I don't know. Like
You know
I
what
said,
It's up and
They're in
running.
their mother's-
Is it up
they're
and
in their
running?
mother's basement.
it's
Yeah, go
up
ahead.
and running now. You froze big time, dude.
But
You gotta tell
so you-
your mother to put better internet in the basement.
You need better internet or something. I don't know what happened.
I don't think
but
so.
yeah,
I got high speed internet.
You froze up solid, bro. You did. You froze up solid.
Yeah, but didn't your last guest froze up solids? So maybe it's
No.
not. Maybe it's not on this end.
No, it's totally you.
It could be StreamYard. It could be StreamYard.
No, it ain't no StreamYard. I mean, I'm working. You're working.
So let me ask you, Flip. Are you going to start helping Vaughn get people in there renting and decent people? And
I don't live in Kentucky. I don't live in Kentucky, dude.
Yeah, he can't do it.
But you're over here saying how much you love and care about Vaughn, though.
Well, I mean, do you want me to get up and move and quit my job and go into Kentucky?
What about
I mean, that's not fair.
What about giving $5-10 some cash?
How about you? Why don't you go to Kentucky and help him out? Right?
I donated. How much money? $500-600 to Vaughn.
Yeah,
what do you do?
John,
Well, you don't know how much money I've donated.
John's been helping me.
And how much you have? How much did you?
Well, I would vote for Bob Kennedy. How about that?
Okay, I'll give you that. You vote for Bob Kennedy.
100% I would.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, Bobby.
As a matter of fact, John F. Kennedy would be considered a Republican today if he were alive.
Of course he would.
Well, yeah.
And as a matter of fact, the Democrats would not like John F. Kennedy.
No,
they'd be against him.
Yep, that is true. That is a fact. That is a fact. They would be against the Kennedys.
It's because leftists have taken over.
Leftists have taken over the Democrat Party. Absolutely, they've co-opted the Democrat Party. The socialists, the guy running for president under the Socialists of America, made a quote. Now they're trying to poo-poo it on the internet, but if you go to a physical library and look it up, it's in the microfiche. But the socialist candidate for president says, "I don't have to run anymore." And everybody in all the media around there was stunned. They were like, "What? What do you mean you don't need to run?" And he said, "I don't need to run anymore because the Democrat Party totally co-opted everything I believe in." And
right,
everybody, I mean, you could have heard a pin drop in that video.
Do you want me to give you my opinion of what's really going on, and you guys can tell me I'm wrong or right?
Go ahead.
All right. So you know the WWF, right? You know Vince McMahon Jr. now control. Well, he used to control it.
Right.
So in the say the 1980s, for example, you had the good guys and you had the bad guys. That's what they usually called them back then. Hulk Hogan was a good guy. Big John Studd, for example, would be a bad guy.
Face and heel, yeah.
Right.
Right.
So, but it doesn't. But I knew it was fake back then. But even though I knew it was fake, I still would get into it. Like, I want my guy to win, right?
Right.
So, but it didn't matter. Guess what? Guess who won at the end of the day every single time?
The media.
Vince wins every time.
Vince McMahon. Okay. So that's what's going on with U.S. politics specifically. You got the Republicans and the Democrats. And
one big party, yeah.
Right. And it doesn't matter which one wins. It doesn't matter which horse gets in.
The Democrats say, don't do nothing about the border. Just keep it open. Let them all come. And the Republicans say, no, well, we should close the border and give them all amnesty. Well,
but that's part of it. But guess what? But guess what? The Republicans want that too. They both do. So it's about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They both.
So
want the same thing.
What I'm saying is, who really controls the country is the establishment, big pharma, Merck. Every time we go into a war with Ukraine, it's about giving money not to the president of Ukraine. It's about giving money to Lockheed and Martin and Boeing. They're the ones with the big contracts.
Going to get a nice cushy position in Lockheed.
It's all about the big money going to big pharma. They don't give a shit about abortion. They don't give a shit about illegals coming. They don't give a shit about American people. So it doesn't matter if it's a Republican or a Democrat getting in. The establishment will win. But guess who won't win if they get into presidents? And guess who they fought for 5 years to make sure he was out, and they would lie about him? Trump. Trump was not establishment. He never was, and that's why they don't want Trump in office.
Yeah, but Trump,
because
I show you
they also don't want Bobby in there either. I mean, I could play you clip after clip of the media. Oh, we don't want to talk to Bobby because he says bad things. He says that the clot shot is killing people. He's saying vaccines cause autism. He wants to clean up the water. He wants to clean up the food supply. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is the only person running for president. No Biden, no Trump, saying that corporations own all the farmland and destroying our food supply.
And here's the thing. I've always been
saying it. He's the only one going against Big Pharma. Trump is saying, get more boosters, get more clot shots, put your 12th booster in.
You know, when you see something so horrific, let's say a death scene or something, that you just cannot look at it anymore. So for decades, I was concerned about the national debt. It's at a point now to where it's literally like when people mention it, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. It is so unsustainable that the country will be $100 trillion in debt within 5 years, 6 years. Right. It's over. Yeah. The country's already bankrupt, and people don't even know it. They're literally, it's like musical chairs, and there's the music stopping, and there's no chairs left. People don't realize the game's over with. They don't realize that they're already bankrupt. So all these things are already a done deal.
That's the thing that cracks me up about all this Q bullshit. I mean, Q will tell you to your face that, all these Q-tards will tell you to your face, it's a movie, it's fake, it's not real. Yeah, but don't you realize you're being played? Don't you, apparently they can't put 2 and 2 together. Okay, if it's fake, that means it's not real. And if it's fake, that means you're being played. But they can't, somehow they can't put the 2 together and realize that shit. And I'm sitting there like, guys, you're being played. You're being played like a fiddle. You're being manipulated. Oh, no. Oh, no. Trump is a great white hope. He's going to save the day. Meanwhile, Trump is sitting there saying, yeah, man, pandemic's great. Go, the vaccine's great. Go out and get 10 more goddamn boosters, and it's like, goddamn.
Well, it's not all or nothing. Like Trump, yeah, he did, and he shouldn't allow the country to be shut down like he did. But hindsight's 2020, and so he's a human being too.
Like I said,
hindsight's 2020. So here's my question to you:
I said,
what voter base does Trump gain by coming out as pro-COVID
Trump is
vaccine?
hemorrhaging.
He's not going to win over
voters by the thousands because of this. He is hemorrhaging voters by the thousands because
he's losing voters by saying how much he loves COVID vaccines.
Yes,
I mean Trump's not going to get in.
Trump ain't getting in anyway.
No,
Trump is either going to play us, or he's going to bow out, or he's going to be executed or locked away. But he's not. He's not going in. I mean, it's over. Fuck no, it's over. He ain't going in. But the thing of it is, here's the thing. Like I said, they sit there and they say this shit. They tell you to. I mean, you can go to Truth Social right now and ask the Q-tards. Oh yeah, it's a movie, and these are all actors. Okay, well wait a minute. Doesn't that tell you you're being played? Well, of course it does. You're being played. And they're not able to get that. It's not registering up here. And I'm like, God damn, man. How many times I got to say it, And then, Trump is, it's like sad. I said, we've got Trump right. This was posted tonight. Last night now, because it's after 12 midnight. But this was posted just a few hours ago, March 7, 2024 at 9:47 p.m. That was what? 3 hours ago? 12, 11, 10, 9. Yeah, 4 hours ago. 4 hours ago, this was posted by Donald Trump. Notice the red check mark. This was posted by the real Donald Trump. Okay. And every comment under his post here, Mr. President, you're wrong about the vaccines. They're killing Americans, not saving them. And he's not listening. He's not fucking listening.
Well, maybe that's just not his expertise.
Well, I mean, he has to. He's, okay. Look, it's like that guy in the video said. He may not have known when it first come out, but he definitely knows now. I mean, he's got a whole damn website where everybody on the website is saying, "Don't take the clot shot." I mean, he doesn't read our comments. He doesn't see all these doctors that are coming out saying, "Yeah, man, the vaccine's actually a bioweapon. We broke it apart." Florida, the very state he's living in, the eggheads took the clot shot, broke it open, and said, "Yeah, man, it's a fucking bioweapon." Barristers in the UK going around to all the police officers saying, "Yeah, don't take the vaccine. It's a bioweapon." We got that on video. Okay. Everybody knows this damn thing's about. I got Bill Gates on video. "Yeah, man, we could decrease the population of Earth by 10 to 15% if we get more vaccines." Okay. He has to know. He may not have known when it first came out, but he has to know now that it's killing people. But yet he posts this just 4 hours ago. Why? Because he's controlled opposition, just like I said. Now whether Rothschild's got him by the balls and is squeezing, or he's completely insulated by Bolsheviks, doesn't matter. He's still controlled opposition. Like I said.
Yeah.
I don't think he's controlled opposition. I tell you why. If he was controlled opposition, they wouldn't try to get him off the Colorado ballot. That's not for show, because they're trying really hard to get him off, and they wouldn't have him in 4 or 5 different lawsuits. They don't want him to run,
dude.
I'll be honest, they're bending over backwards to get that.
Dude, that Ergon guy isn't even a real judge. He's a fill-in. He fills in for judges that go on vacation, for fuck's sake. He's not even a real judge. That makes
the point. Yeah, it's
he's a real estate agent. He's a fucking real estate.
Who's this Stetson guy you keep talking about? I never even heard of him.
Stetson.
Or this guy in court, your court case, you keep saying Stetson?
Stivers.
Who the hell's Stivers?
Stivers is not only the attorney that the Frost hired, he's also a Kentucky congressman. Okay, so he has a lot of power. He could call over to Corbin and get my shit shut down, which he did. He called up to London, got my food stamps shut off. I got him turned back on, but that's not the point. And, so he's a Kentucky congressman. He has a lot of power. If he calls somebody and says, "Do this," they do it. And that's very dangerous for me, because, he can put the squeeze on me, man, by simply denying me what rightfully belongs to me. But yeah, I know he called
squeeze Corbin. You like fucking Rothschild squeezing Trump's testicles.
Like Rothschild squeezing Trump's balls. Yeah. So I mean, but that's that. He has a lot of power. He's a Kentucky congressman. He has a lot of power. He can call people. Yeah, man, don't give him his disability. Don't give him his SSI. Don't give him his VA, and they'll listen. They'll absolutely
listen. One thing you gotta understand, when it comes to all the stuff that was in your place, the war bonds, the cash, and all that stuff. One reason that your mom had that stuff in her house is because she was, you could call it tax evasion, you can call it whatever. But what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If she was trying to hide it for whatever reason, didn't want to liquidate it and put it into the bank account, that's fine. Okay. But if it goes poof, it goes poof,
Okay, hold on. Okay. You have to understand the situation. My mother survived the Great Depression.
I understand that.
She literally watched the banks steal billions of dollars from people. She literally watched people jump out of burning building, or out of second and third story windows and to their death. Okay, she saw that live. She lived it. And so obviously her trepidation about banks had her put $5 million in this closet, had her to put all of her legal documents back here in a filing cabinet. Okay, because she was afraid that the banks would pull this stunt again. Banks cannot fail. Okay, they can't. This idea that banks can fail is bullshit. Somebody got that fucking money, and I guarantee it was the Rothschilds, J.P. Morgan, Carnegie, Warburg, all the elites. They got that money.
All right, $5 million?
No.
Oh, he's saying the Great Depression.
In 29, in the Great Depression.
Oh.
And my mom lived this. Okay, she lived through this. That's why she had $5 million in that closet.
But you got to admit, it's gone because there's no way you could track that.
The point is, I don't need to track shit. What I need is to get it back. I've still got the mason jars in the barn where the money was kept in. Okay, Millie come out and wanted the mason jars. I said nothing to it.
Because it's got fingerprints on it.
Yeah, exactly.
And DNA.
Exactly. But it doesn't even matter. I mean, because, the bank records will show how much she had in the bank, which was $4.3 million. Well, gee, Vaughn, how do you know? Because I was managing my mother's affairs. I was managing her bank account before the Frost threw a monkey wrench in it. I know how much she had $4.3 million in the bank.
Well, there'd be a trail now, wouldn't it?
In her checking and savings. Well, see, that's where Stivers comes in because he erases all those documents. I called over to Clay M's office. Oh, we can't find your divorce documents. We can't find where you filed for child support.
Do you have any paper statements that says $5 million on it?
I don't need it.
Do you have them? Do you have statements?
I don't need those documents. I don't.
But no, do you have bank statements that they send in the mail that says $5 million on it?
No, but what I do have is witnesses. And I will submit those witnesses to a court of law if they try to say that she didn't have $5 million in that bank account. Plus, I've got Larry on video admitting that there was $5 million in that closet. I've got him on video admitting that shit. So, yeah, there was $5 million in that closet. There was $4.3 million in her bank account. There was all kinds of war bonds, certificates of deposit, and what was the other one? Shit, I can't think of the other document. Anyway, there was tons of documents. I still didn't get copies of the current insurance policies. They gave me some old copies, but they haven't given me the current ones.
Now let me ask you something.
They still haven't given me the title deed to my truck. I had to file for lost title just to put tags on my truck. They've still got the title deed to my truck.
Now, let me ask you this. $5 million in cash would be big. I mean, not as big as you think, but it probably, would cover up this wall here.
No, it wouldn't, because it was in $1,000 bills. It was in $1,000 bills rolled up in the mason jars and put in the closet. And like I said, they tried to pawn this off on some woman named Joni. The problem is that Joni was long gone when I told Mom to put the money in the bank.
Now, let me ask you this. So the cash wasn't it was in mason jars, but not in a safe?
Correct. Well, she had money back there in the safe back there too, but I don't know. I don't remember how much.
Your mom was not a dumb person. You're not a dumb person, right? So
Correct.
Why wouldn't you say there could easily be a house fire and that it'd be gone, like $5 million? Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, what wouldn't you say? We should at least put it in a fireproof safe.
Like I said, I went to my mom numerous times. Put it in the bank. Put it in the bank. No, I can't.
Or even a fireproof safe.
Well, like I said, she had a fireproof safe back there. She had some money in that. I don't know how much, but she had some money in there.
And money actually deteriorates. Even a mason jar, it could deteriorate.
Well, it was good enough for him to steal now, wasn't it?
Huh.
So, I mean, so apparently it was good enough to steal.
Well,
and here's the kicker, though. When they took that $5 million out of that closet and they put it in their bank, they only got face value. The bank's only going to give you face value. Each one of them bills in that mason jar was worth $10,000 to $20,000 a piece. So they didn't take $5 million out of that closet. They took $50 million out of that.
Wait a second. You're saying the $1,000 bills were worth $20,000?
Google it right now. I dare you. Google it right now.
No, you're saying that the 1,000.
If you don't, I will. If you don't, I will.
No, I know what you're saying.
Right fucking now.
No, I know what you're saying. You're saying as a
Listen to me. Each one of them $1,000 bills is worth $10,000 to $20,000 a piece. But
as a collectible.
But if you take it to a bank,
it'll be only $1,000.
They'll only give you $1,000.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. You're talking about current, like notes, like a collectible note. You're saying it went up in value because it's rare. $1,000 bill was actually worth $20,000. That's probably if it's pristine condition, though. It's probably not.
Well, what do you think condition those were in? They weren't dilapidated. They weren't deteriorated.
Well, they're rolled up in mason jars.
Condition.
Okay.
They were in prime condition. There was nothing wrong with them bills. But I mean, I'm telling you, if you don't Google it, I will.
No, I believe you.
Them damn bills is worth $10,000 to $20,000. So they didn't steal $5 million out of that closet. They stole a minimum of $50 million out of the closet. Minimum. And so, the 32 million that I estimated, I did that out of courtesy. I didn't include how much those bills out of the closet were worth. I could have. That would have bumped it up to 75 million. But
so if your mom took your advice though and she put it in the bank, she would have lost money because they would only give you the face value for it.
At the time, I didn't know. At the time, I was a bit naive on that, admittedly. But obviously, when things happen, you learn shit. I'm learning as I go. Quite a bit of things, actually.
So now let me ask you this much, because you gave Larry a summons, right? Like you sent him a summons to court and he didn't show up, right?
Well, see, that's the interesting thing. Nobody showed up at court because the court was never, my docket was never brought up. It was never filed. Which is why I'm going to go to court tomorrow, and I'm going to take a sheriff with me, and I'm going to insist on getting my $221 back because it was never filed. Okay, when you pay that money to the court, they're supposed to file your document. Well, they never did, so I want my $221 back. And then I'll get my money back, and I'll go to appellate court, or I'll go to some other county's courthouse, and I'll file it, and I'll get my shit. It's just that simple. I got a funny feeling if I file outside of Clay County, I'm going to get shit done. How much you want to bet? Because Owsley County or Leslie County or some of these other counties in this area, they're not party to the Trumps or Trumps. Listen to me. They're not party to the Frosts or any of the shit that's going on.
Now you went before Judge House, right?
Yeah.
And you thought that he was going to do you a solid, but he kind of like really didn't give you any kind of.
He blew me off. He blew me off,
despite you being a head juror for like 10 years, right?
Exactly.
Holy cow!
But now, see, the thing of it is, I don't know if he knows that. Vaughn lost. Fuck you, troll. I didn't lose. Like I said, it's a ballet.
Piece of shit.
This is a ballet. All right, this is a ballet. I curtsied. They bowed. Now I pirouette. All right. Learn your lingo, motherfuckers. But anyway, we lost Cisco? I guess we did. Well, he said he was only going to be a few minutes. So anyway, but it's a ballet. All right. And I'm going to win. I'm going to be the victorious in the ballet. Ultimately. Family court. Oh, Vaughn's going to lose his kids. No, I didn't lose my kids till the very end. Oh, Vaughn's going to lose it. Vaughn's going to lose in district court. Nope, I won in district court. In fact, I won the majority of my cases in both family court and district court. Now, I've lost this initial case. Okay, great. But that doesn't mean I've lost the war. I've just lost a battle, but I haven't lost the war. And the Frosts have to give me back my shit. They have to. It was taken illegally. All right.
So I might have my facts wrong. So your kids actually went to the family that actually co-owned your mom's nursing homes with her. Is that true?
No.
Okay, I heard Larry say that.
Larry said a lot of things.
Larry's a fucking liar.
Larry said my mother was still alive.
Fucking known liars and fucking criminals.
Well, Larry said my mom was still alive.
These people are convicted criminals. These are career criminals.
These are convicted criminals. Okay, so
I thought Larry passed there for a while because you remember I didn't hear from him for several months. Did you?
Yeah.
Where do you think he was?
He's moving.
Well, who the fuck cares? Who gives a shit where Larry was?
Yeah, who cares? I mean,
if he's going to get his money back.
Well, here's the thing, okay?
We don't need to worry. That's something the government needs to fucking do.
Yeah, but the government can worry about that. My job is to submit documents to court, and then the court deals with it as they see fit. Like I said, this is a ballet, and I curtsied, they bowed, and now I pirouette.
Now I know, Vaughn, that you know the difference between criminal court and civil court and family court.
Yeah.
And I even heard you distinguish between them. But you have to admit, sometimes you will cluster all three at once. Like you will actually say civil things.
Well,
and a criminal
here's the thing. Okay, look, and the reason why I do that is because the Frosts have been implemented in all these cases. They have been instrumental in all that. Frost went into family court and committed perjury, 3 counts of perjury, in fact. Then he paid people to go into family court and commit perjury. He paid people in Burning Springs to lie to CPS and say that my kids were in danger or that my kids were covered in urine and feces. Piss and shit, as we say on the street. All right. I'm an upperclassman. Do you really fucking believe that I would send my kids to school in piss and shit? A fucking street beggar would never send their kids to school that way. But somehow I did? Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay. So, and then he goes into district court with not 1, but 2 fraudulent documents. Remember, he initially went in there with a fake eviction notice. And my mom looks at the notice, said, I never authorized that, and that's not my signature. And I looked at the document. It wasn't her signature. Mom has a very unique, methodical signature. That was not her signature on that document. Now, I don't know who forged her signature, but they need to go to prison for that shit. All right. And I mean, I got ideas, but I'm not going to mention them. But the point is that, yeah, that was not her signature on that eviction notice. No, it fucking was not. Mom has a very unique, methodical signature. Very unique. Okay. No other, I've never seen any other signature like it in the world. Okay. And I looked at that and that's not Mom's signature. Now, see, here's the funny part though. When Mom said that, and then I confirmed that that wasn't her signature, that bailiff standing over there should have went and grabbed Frost and threw his ass in jail, but he didn't do it. Why? Yeah. See, that's the question. Why? Why wasn't he immediately thrown in jail for trying to pass off a fraudulent document? That's a felony. That's an automatic felony. But yet he didn't get arrested by the bailiff. Why? Well, that's a good question. And when Judge Lewis found out that the will was fake, and that I had been telling her the truth the whole damn time, I told Judge Lewis from the beginning, he's not the executor. It's a fake document, Judge. Didn't listen to me. Accepted the document anyway. Me telling her it's a fake document, and then. And then when I end up being right that it was a fake document, he really wasn't the executor. Why didn't Judge Lewis immediately have Frost place under arrest for committing grand larceny? Why didn't they arrest him for fraudulent documentation? Why didn't they arrest him for perjury? Good question. And then the gods tell me before I went to court today, yesterday now, but they said, when you go into that courtroom, you're going to tell whether the court's legitimate or not. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? At the time, I didn't even know what the fuck it meant. So I go into the courtroom, and sure enough, my case wasn't even put on the docket.
But now let me ask you something.
Hold on, let me finish. Not only was my case not put on the docket, but the judge, just basically blew me off.
That's where I'm going to get to. Okay, so you're saying that this Steffer guy, this Stofers. It must be Stofers.
It might be Stofers. After this, it might be Stofers. But anyway, Stivers.
So he's in cahoots. Who actually just wiped out the computer that state, and you had several $1 million.
He's the only one with that kind of power.
Right. Okay. But
if Frost called Clay M's office and says, "Yeah, delete all of Vaughn's documents," they're going to laugh at him and hang up the phone.
But here's my point. So if it's deleted, you have no proof that your mom had those war bonds. You say you have witnesses.
I do.
But there needs to be more proof than that.
No, it isn't. All I got to do is start ferrying in witnesses. I got the entire staff of Center Haven Nursing Home, the entire staff of Helton's Nursing Home. I've got the state of Ohio that confirms the World War II war bonds. I don't need anything else. If they want to try and claim those bonds don't exist, plus I got the lock boxes back there that were busted open that contained the World War II war bonds. I got the jewelry box back there that contained $200,000 worth of Victorian jewelry. That's why I took pictures of them and submitted them to court. I've got proof. I've got a busted gun cabinet back there where they stole the mom's guns. I've got tons of proof. Stivers has no proof.
Here's the thing.
Stivers, their attorney, has zero proof of anything. He has no proof of nothing. None.
The burden of proof is on you, though.
I've already proven it. I've got video. I've got witnesses. I've got everything.
You think that?
But here's the thing that got me. This is what really got me. Is that this judge acted like he did not know what a replevin was. A replevin doesn't require any document before it or any document after it. It is literally a standalone document. You file it, you get it notarized, you pay your fee, it gets submitted, you stand in front of the judge, and the judge renders a decision. I submit my case, they counter, and then the judge renders a decision right then.
All right.
It's literally called a claim of deliverance.
All right.
It's let's say nickname that because you get an immediate response right then. But no law website anywhere says you got to have a document prior to that or a document afterwards. It literally stands on its own merits.
All right. Let's say,
and the fact that a sitting judge did not know that or acted like he didn't know it anyway, that's scary. That's really scary.
Let's say a
legal document, man.
Let's say everything that you're saying pans out for you. You prove to the judge that he stole $30 million. Okay. Now would come to where the money would have to be recovered. I would tell you that with someone that has a lot of relatives, kids, whatever, what's going to happen is that money would be divvied up and go to who knows where. And you might get maybe 20,000 out of that 30 some million.
What? Okay. Whoa, hold on. I am the sole proprietor of the estate.
I'm saying the money's gone. I'm saying the money's gone.
Listen to me. I don't care where the money went. The money has to go back to the estate.
That's the point. The money's, but there's no money to go back to the estate.
The Cookie Monster ate the goddamn money. They stole the fucking money. And
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Let's say they put Larry in jail because the money's gone. Okay, so let's say that he's criminally responsible. He stole the money, but it's kind of like Michael Vick. All of a sudden, he had all these millions, and they go back after the money after the dogs were beaten, and there's no money.
I don't give a shit if you sell Larry Frost into prostitution and slavery to get the money back.
But let's be realistic. Now, Vaughn, you said earlier that no, the government of Kentucky would have to pay you, and then Larry would be responsible to cut it. That's never happened in the history of government. The government's not going to pay you for his debt.
Well,
the government doesn't do that.
Wait a minute. Where did I get it from then? I pull it out of my ass? Where did I get it from?
I've never heard a situation in the United States, and John, you could confirm this to me. There's the state or a state or the federal government.
That's how it's always done. That's how it's always been done.
No.
Do you really believe that if somebody ripped off Donald Trump, they wouldn't have to pay it all back? Of course they would.
Only situation would be the federal, like if the federal government, if a bank went bankrupt, for example, you're insured up to $250,000. You're not insured, Vaughn, up to anything. That if that money's gone, it's gone. Now they might see that he's got assets and they might liquidate them. That's a possibility. You're saying if he has boats and trucks and all that stuff, there'd be a money trail, right?
Right.
So it is possible it could be recovered. But let's say those war bonds, he just gave them out. You'll never see those light of day of those again.
Well, maybe not. But I'm still going to get my money back because he took them. See, what you don't understand is that those documents were registered in the state of Ohio. All I got to do is go to any courtroom in the state of Ohio, and I can pull up those documents proving that my mom had those World War II war bonds. Let them go into court and commit perjury. I would love for them to. I would love for Stivers to go into that courtroom and say the war bonds didn't exist, because then I'll just get the documents from Ohio that prove they did exist.
Look,
and that'll be the end of that shit right there.
Look, I can go in my drawer here and find a case that actually held a gold bar. Now it's empty. That gold bar is gone, right? And I could say, look, there's gold in that.
Okay, hold on. Stop. Let's stop right there. You're telling me that people can steal from other people and get away with it?
No, unless if it's proven they can't. but you got to prove it. Like have you ever filed a police report?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good.
When they stole the guns out of my house, I filed a I called.
How about the war bonds? Did you file a police report on the war bonds?
Didn't have to.
Yes, you do. You need to do that. Do it now.
Doing it now is too late.
All right, do it tomorrow then.
But here's the thing: you keep thinking that they're going to be allowed to get away with this. No, they're
yes,
not.
Yes.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they are not. Read my lips. No, they are not.
You think
the
gods
will going to get away? They are not going to get away with killing my father, my mother, driving my wife insane, stealing my kids, and stealing all of my goddamn inheritance. No, they're not going to get away with it. No, they're not.
Are the gods going to take care of it?
Well, the gods are going to, I guess, put me in another court. And once I get into another court, see, that's the thing. I get my ass out of Clay County and get to another court somewhere. They'll hear my case immediately, and that'll be the end of that.
Do you think it's possible the gods are going to communicate to you? They told you to hold back, that they got it taken care of. Do you think it's possible that the gods are going to be like, Vaughn, you go get him, buddy. Or our hands are off. It's you now. Do you think that's possible?
Will it ever get to that place? I don't know. Larry is gone. I don't know what you mean by Larry is gone.
Well, that'd be good news as Larry passed. That'd be
no, it would not be good news. He took $2 million.
He needs to get his money back.
Well, let me rephrase that. I know he's got beef with you, but me personally, I love to see him run.
Well, I know you want him gone because he's an asshole, but I mean, still, he's got $2 million.
I do hope you get your money back. I do say that.
Yeah, I do want my money back if I can get it. But see, if he's dead, I can't get shit back. That's why when the trolls were saying, "Oh, you want secular dead? You want all these trolls dead?" I don't want them dead. I actually argued with the gods when they killed 15 of the trolls. I said, "What the fuck are you doing? How am I going to get my money back from these assholes? I can't get money back if they're dead. So no, I need them alive." But, the gods saw fit to wipe out 15 of their fucking asses, and okay, whatever.
That was their sacrifice to you.
I don't know. I know why they killed Jennifer Souls, though. Jennifer Souls tried to put a hex on me, and the gods.
Do you think, does anyone else communicate to the gods like you do? Like, do you think there's anyone else that they communicate to? Or do you think that they appreciate anyone else on the planet Earth as much as they do you? Or do you think you're the only one?
I'm the only member of Freedom Religion that I'm aware of, unless John's willing to convert. I'm the only one.
Well, I'm an honorary member. Honorary
member. Okay. But as far as that, the gods have took me back and showed me, all the times where they intervened, despite me being a Christian. And I said, well, why didn't you pull me out of Christianity sooner? They said, we couldn't. We wouldn't violate your freedom of your free will. You had free will. We won't violate it. If you'd have just, kept right on going into Christianity, we still wouldn't have done anything.
Did I hear you say the other day that a big hurricane was coming towards California, and you actually put a stop to it? Like it actually could have.
What do you think I've been doing for the past 2 to 3 years?
But I'm saying specifically there was one coming towards California.
Yes.
When did this happen?
When was that big California hurricane?
That was like a little over a month ago.
Or something.
Did you know that would have been the first hurricane that would actually hit the state of California due to turbulence, the rotation of the Earth, and the temperature of the Pacific Ocean? Hurricanes don't hit California.
Well, if you believe in the ball, you're worshiping Helios, a Greek god. So welcome to paganism, bro.
But there's been no hurricane that's actually hit California before. So you stopped something.
I'm gonna Google it for you.
Maybe you stopped all of them. Maybe that's the reason. Since the beginning of time, you stopped all the hurricanes that would hit California.
I'm gonna Google it for you because I know you
Google it.
I know you.
Ask Google. Has there ever been a hurricane that hit California?
No, because it didn't hit California.
Because you stopped them all.
I stopped it. But there's proof on the Weather Channel that the hurricane existed, and that's what I'm going to prove.
Historical records are limited with no footage exists, but the only known hurricanes to hit California was in October the 2nd, 1858. Researcher Michael Chinwall says. But maybe you stopped them all.
I'm not talking about 1858. I'm talking about recently.
But what I'm saying, since there's none that's ever hit California, you stopped them all.
I didn't say I stopped them all. See, that's where you fail. You immediately jump to this stupid talk.
All right, go ahead and Google. Go ahead and Google.
Actually, there's one right now. Hurricane Hillary is currently making its way towards the southern U.S., including Southern California, as we speak. Hurricane Hillary, ironically. Hillary's back, and she's with a vengeance.
She's after you.
She's after me. Although it's expected to weaken, the National Weather Service has issued tropical storm warnings for the region. Hurricane Hillary is approaching the United States after bringing winds and rain to Mexico. It's anticipated to weaken and become a tropical storm by the time it reaches Southern California, likely by Sunday night.
But they never make it. Like, by the time it would get to California, it would be nothing.
While high winds up to around 50 miles an hour are expected, the primary concerns are rain and flooding. Officials in Los Angeles, San Diego, and other areas are urging people to take the storm seriously and be prepared for potential flooding. So there's one right now off of California.
Well, no, this is August of 2023. Hurricane Hillary.
Hurricane Hillary was 2023. That's not what it's saying.
Hurricane Hillary was a large and powerful Pacific hurricane in August of 2023.
Really? Let me see here.
Maybe you put a stop to it and you don't know it.
I could have. I actually could have. Level 5 hurricane. Hold on. Category 5 hurricane is turning below the tip of Baja, California. Let me see what the date is on this shit. It was 2023. My bad. Okay. 2023. Okay, well, that was fuck me. That was just a year ago. So
let me ask you,
not even a year ago.
When the gods talk to you, do they talk to you in uniset, or do they does one take turns? And do you actually hear their physical voice?
You don't hear a physical voice.
It's just you have a hunch. You know something.
It's a knowing. It's a knowing in your entire being. It's a knowing in your entire being. I'm not hearing voices in my head. Thanks for that, though. Trying to make me out to be a crazy fucker. No.
Some people will think that they've actually heard God.
Yeah,
before.
And they're fucking crazy.
Not necessarily.
Yes, necessarily. If you're hearing voices in your head, you're fucking crazy, and you need to fucking put yourself in a psych ward. The gods of creation. Yeah, hell, even a fucking Christian God does not speak to your head. If you're hearing voices in your head, that's not God. It might be a demon, but it's not fucking God. Yeah. All gods speak into your gut. They speak into your being. There is no God that speaks into your mind. Okay? It's a knowing. It is a presence. It's a knowing. It's not voices in your head. If you're hearing voices in your head, you need to go see a shrink, or you need to fucking be committed.
Gotcha.
Let me see here. What was maybe that was Hillary I busted up. Hey, Hillary, I beat your ass again, bitch. There you go. But yeah, okay. Anyway, what I said was you forgot to mention the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel was sitting there with a loop of the hurricane right off California.
Right.
And when they took it off the loop, because I got up and I watched the Weather Channel. I got up as soon as I got up out of my sleep. I went in and turned on the Weather Channel because I knew I'd busted up a hurricane. So I went in and turned on the Weather Channel, and it was on a loop. It was still spinning, and I'm like, that can't be because I busted it up. And so they took it off. As soon as they took it off the loop, you could see where the hurricane had literally been exploded. It was all in little pieces everywhere. Okay, from where it had been literally blown from the inside out. And the woman on the Weather Channel's like, it was here a minute ago. I wish I'd have saved that video because that was fucking hilarious. She was like, it was here a minute ago. Kind of felt sorry for her though, because she thought the hurricane was still there, but it wasn't. It was busted. It was completely destroyed. I've destroyed numerous hurricanes in the Gulf. Have you noticed there hasn't been very many hurricanes heading our way recently? There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that because I've been busting them up, and they know it. These hurricanes are not normal. They're not natural. 20 fucking hurricanes hit the United States all alone every year? No, that's bullshit.
That is true.
And then even the trolls, even the fucking trolls got owned on this one, because then when I started busting up these hurricanes, they send a hurricane way out to Vietnam to kill my girlfriends that I had at the time.
No, if
that was, but you're going to say that's a coincidence? Is that what you're going to say? No, it's not a fucking coincidence.
No, if the girl,
I was busting them up. No, they knew I was busting up their little pet project, and so they sent a hurricane out there to kill my girlfriend.
No, they would have had to send a hurricane. They would have had to send a hurricane to Guyana, Africa, where you had all those what do you call them? Those catfish scammers that are in cubicles.
No, these women were in Vietnam.
Do you really think that they're real?
I spoke to them live. I spoke to them live. This wasn't no scammer from Ghana or Nigeria. These were real.
You know that show, 90 Day Fiance? I'd love for you to be on that show, man. That would be awesome.
As much as I like this conversation going, it's 1:00 in the morning. We've been going on for 2 hours.
It's almost 2 hours.
Final statements for the night, guys. Last statements, and then.
All right, y'all have a better day and a better tomorrow. I'm out of here. Thanks for having me on.
Bye.
All right, take it.
All right, bye.